Welcome students. This is Social Science class 7th standard Political Science lesson number 1, our Constitution. Let us discuss about introduction about the lesson. In this Constitution lesson, you have to understand the meaning of Constitution, importance of Constitution, framing of the Constitution, the salient feature of the Constitution are explained. Let us discuss the main points whatever it is given in this lesson. So you have to understand first point, meaning and importance of the Constitution. Second point, you have to understand the preamble of the Constitution. Third point, the salient feature of the Constitution. Fourth one, you have to understand the profile of the persons who were involved in the drafting of the Constitution. Fifth point, you have to understand the concept of the public. Sixth point, you have to understand the need for strengthening ourselves in adopting the principle of secularism in our daily life. Seventh one, developing the attitude to respect the Constitution. These are the main points that you have to learn under this lesson, our Constitution. Let us begin the explanation about meaning and importance of the Constitution. What is Constitution? Constitution means a set of basic rules followed by a country. So in our Constitution, which consists of rules and regulations, it enumerates the organs of the government. There are three organs are there: legislature, executive, judiciary. Its powers and functions are studied under Constitution. There is a reference to the rights and duties of the citizens. Like this, the Constitution is a reference guide to the government. No one should violate the Constitution. Everyone, they have to follow the rules whatever they are given in our Constitution compulsory. Let us understand the importance of the Constitution. The Constitution is prominent as it is the fundamental law of the country. So, everyone has to adhere to it. All people, including the President, the Prime Minister, the parliamentarians, judges and officers are bound by it, including common people. All citizens of our country have to follow the rules given in our Constitution. Constitution protects the rights of the citizens as all are equal before the law. No one should not make any distinction. All should respect and all are equal before the law. Constitution functions as a reference guide to the duties to be performed by the government. So whatever duties are there, all these duties will going to function according to the guide rules given by our Constitution. Constitution also coordinates the functions of the democratic institutions such as legislature, executive and judiciary. Like this, Constitution also organizes better relations between the government and the individuals. In this way, our Constitution protects our fundamental rights and main organs of the government, and we will function and we will organize our work according to the rules given by our Constitution. Let us start discussing about drafting committee of the Constitution. The Constituent Assembly prepared the Constitution. For this purpose, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the President when the Assembly met for the first time. So, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as its President. There are 299 members in the Constituent Assembly. The first session was held on 9th December 1946. Let us discuss about drafting committee. Drafting committee is essential in order to hasten the process of preparing the constitution. The assembly created various committees. It also created the drafting committee under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The members of the Constituent Assembly verified the draft constitution and proposed 2,473 amendments. The proposed amendments and the draft constitution were discussed in detail in the meeting of the Constituent Assembly. Hence, it took 3 years for the constitution to have a final shape. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the Law Minister of India from 15th August 1947 to 26th January 1950. Like this, the constitution was adopted on January 26, 1950. The constitution declared India as a republic. In order to mark the adoption of the constitution, every year January 26 is marked as Republic Day and it is a national festival. On November 26th, every year the Constitutional Day is celebrated. As it was on November 26, 1949, the Constitution was approved by the Constituent Assembly. So on November 26th every year, we celebrate Constitutional Day. On November 26, 1949, our Constitution was approved the Constituent Assembly. According to the directive of the Constitution, the first general election of India was held between 1951 to 1952. The Parliament with bicameral legislature. Bicameral means two. Divided legislature into two powers. One is Lok Sabha, another is Rajya Sabha, came into force in 1952. Let us discuss about the size of our constitution. So our constitutional members, how many are there? What rules are mentioned? How many rules are mentioned? That is known as size of our constitution. The Constitution of India consists of 395 articles. 395 articles, 12 schedules. So there are 22 chapters are there. 395 articles are there. 12 schedules are included in the size of our constitution. Let us discuss the preamble to the constitution, the salient features of the constitution in the next class. Now, I will review these points whatever we have discussed today. Today, we started discussing about 7th standard civics lesson number 9, our constitution. Under that first point, we discussed meaning and importance of the constitution. What is constitution? Constitution means a set of basic rules followed by a country. Our constitution enumerates the organs of the government and its powers and functions. Next point, we discuss about how our constitution guides the rights and duties of the citizens are included in our constitution. Second point, we have discussed about the importance of the constitution. Under that first point, the constitution promotes the fundamental law of the country. Second one, all people, including the president, the prime minister, the parliamentarian, judges and officers are bound by it. Our constitution protects the rights of the citizens as all are equal before the law. Our constitution guides to the duties to be performed by the government. So what type of duty our government have to perform, it will give you the guidance. And our constitution also coordinates the functions of the democratic institutions such as legislature, executive and judiciary. So legislature prepares the laws and executive execute the laws given by the legislature. Judiciary will solve the problems, disputes, whatever it arises in the country. Sixth important point is our constitution organizes better relations between the government and the individual. So all people will get its own organized help and government also will get its own help with the help of our Constitution. Drafting Committee of the Constitution. Under the Drafting Committee, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as its president, and this Drafting Committee consists of 299 members in the Constituent Assembly. The first session meeting was held on 9th of December 1946. Who is the chairman of the Constitution? The Drafting Committee chairmanship is given to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. B.R. Ambedkar was the Law Minister of India from 15th August 1947 to 26th January 1950. On November 26, 1949, the Constitution approved by the Constituent Assembly. Afterwards, the Constitution was adopted on January 26, 1950. The Parliament, we have bicameral legislature. Bicameral means it is divided into two divisions. One Lok Sabha, another Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha is called as lower house and Rajya Sabha is called as upper house of the Parliament. It came into force 1952. Size of our Constitution. In our Constitution, it contains 395 articles, 12 schedules. So in my next video, I will discuss about preamble of the Constitution, salient features of the Constitution. Thank you, children.